Hello everybody, it's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. In this video, we've got a creepy news anchor slamming Golden Bachelor. He makes some real creepy remarks and we're going to cover it. It's barrel scraping season. Do me a favor, follow me on Instagram at DNeals. I'll have stand-up show updates Monday. I'm in Nashville. Can you believe that? What a random day for a show in Nashville Monday. And then next week, I'll be in New York City after that, June 6th. So go check out those shows. Follow me on Instagram for all the show updates. And also, I'll be on Patreon at the 10 a.m. hour, patreon.com/Dave Neal. We'll be showing my behind the scenes of my latest Driving with Dave that I filmed. It's with a host of one of our favorite Bachelor-related podcasts. We have a great conversation. And I'll be sharing all of that bonus content with you today on patreon.com/Dave Neal. And this afternoon, Bachelor Rush Hour, the hit podcast, all of your information. You guys might not know this, but Bachelor Rush Hour, the podcast, about 50% of it is brand new content that never makes it to YouTube. New stories, riffs, fun stuff, designed specifically for your rush hour drive home. All right, let's get into it. So Jesse Waters creeps everyone out with his take on the Bachelor spinoff. All right, hey, let's figure this out. Now, before anyone out there in the audience gets their sort of political panties in a bunch, oh my gosh, Fox News, but CNN's bad too. We're just going to talk about Jesse Waters here, okay? I don't care if he's on Fox News, CNN, or whatever. This is about him, okay? You can judge him and his morals and his character. Hey, if his morals and his character you don't like, then, boycott his show. But either way, the Young Turks is a progressive news channel, news media, internet-based, and they are reacting to what Jesse said. So let's watch this whole thing play out.
Love watching The Bachelor, but hold your roses, ladies, because the show's turning into Golden Girls. There's a new edition of The Bachelor. They're calling it The Golden Bachelor.
And the show's not turning into anything. It's an extra additional show, right? So
all of the contestants are going to be over 65. I don't know if I'm going to watch this. I'm sorry. Only if the Bachelor was 65 and all the other women were young. That I would watch.
Jesse Waters really cannot help himself. He has to share with the audience.
So yeah, there's so much of news is outrage. And again, the difference between what constitutes news versus an opinion channel. My personal belief is we need news channels that specifically share news versus, is this the 6 p.m. news hour or is it the 7 p.m. opinion hour? Which one is it? My channel, yeah, we call ourselves Bachelor Nation News, but anyone who watches my channel knows that we are an opinion channel. I'm not necessarily creating any stories. I'm just reacting to them, and then you get to leave your comments, and we go back and forth, and we have friends, and we're here just to help each other out on a lonely day, right? That's what we are. But the problem with Fox and CNN and the issue with basically standard cable news is that they'll have their traditional news and then they'll go on to some fear-based, opinion thing that's meant to get you outraged because that's where they make all their money. So I personally think with the sort of unlimited bandwidth that we have with the internet, there should be a Fox News and then a Fox Entertainment. Like, they should be separated. There should be a CNN News and then a CNN Entertainment, because too often audiences are really bad with their media literacy and their ability to hear what is news versus what is someone's opinion, that they'll just start having the same opinions of that person who presented their opinion. And that can be toxic because a news anchor, or whatever you want to call them, an entertainment news specialist, is out there trying to rile the audience up. And they do just that here, because there is no The Bachelor's turning old. It's a completely new show. So you will get people in the audience that go, oh, they've gone woke. That type of thing. Yeah. They're only appealing to this, they're trying to whatever.
It's almost on a regular basis at this point, just how creepy he happens to be. But this one time, that example that we just showed you might actually hurt him with his own audience, because the Fox News audience is certainly older, and believe it or not, it's almost 50-50 split between the genders.
So yeah, look, I'm the first one who can take a joke, and I'm not outraged at this. It's just whatever. But this is the type of guy, Jesse Waters, right? He's a news anchor. Aren't they supposed to have some form of prestige over us jesters and jugglers and comedians that are out here? I mean, obviously we don't see any of it. So their opinions on this guy, you know, whatever. You can put the suit and tie on, and you can pretend to look like you're, I don't know, news prestige. You like have some sort of prestige, but clearly he's just doing the thing that they do, which is try to drum up comments.
So we'll get to that in just a moment. But Cenk.
Yeah. So look, the older guys that watch Fox News are gonna love that. Like, oh yeah, over 65, and then we get the younger women. Okay, that's okay, fine. But there's a lot of women who watch, and when I wrote Justice is Coming, I wrote that Fox's average audience age was 68. Last I checked, it had moved up to 70. That means half the audience is above 70 years old. And if they're as female as Anna says, and I hadn't seen those numbers, they're not gonna like that talk of like, oh, who wants to watch old women date? Oh, boo, ha, ha. All right, keep saying it, Jesse. Keep saying it, see how it turns.
So this channel, the Young Turks, is actually, they've actually been checking out Jesse Waters for a while now. So here's another compilation of creepy things that he said about young women.
Trying to get Emma to date me. First thing I did, let the air out of her tires. She couldn't go anywhere. She needed a lift. I said, hey, you need a lift? She copped right in the car.
Does she know this story?
No, she doesn't know the story.
Does she watch the show?
The Jesse Jr. does.
You're basically the Zodiac Killer.
I mean, at least they call him out, calling him the Zodiac Killer here. But, and I understand this is like their comedy program. Look, no one gets comedy more than I do. I'm not here trying to cancel them. It's just kind of creepy when you start looking back at this guy. So he lets the tires out of this lady's car so that he can give her a ride, and then ends up marrying her. All right, cool. So then there's 2 more clips I'll play for you guys here. Hey, this is fun to watch, isn't it? Because look, you know, you don't have to have a political opinion with this. It's just a guy who's kind of creepy, right?
She's pretty young. That's my nice way of saying she's not very smart. Yeah. She's like, you know when you pick a banana and the banana's in your hand and it's green, and then even if you try to peel it, it's still not even peeling?
Yes.
That's AOC. First.
So he's comparing AOC to a banana and calls her young. What are the other women on the panel thinking here? I guess, you know, is there solidarity, or are we just all okay with making fun of people as long as they're on the wrong side of the aisle? That's why I think his remarks about Golden Bachelor, I think it's apolitical, it's ageist, you know? I think what's gonna make the Golden Bachelor so successful is that we're going to be watching it. I always say this with stand-up comedy, when there's new comedians, the first thing you tell new comics is like, make jokes about your family, because everybody has a family. You might make a joke about owning a snake, which might be funny, but everyone might not own a snake. But everyone's got a dad who believes a conspiracy that he shouldn't. Everyone's got a mom. Everyone's got these things in their family. So when we watch The Golden Bachelor, we watch that thinking those are our parents, thinking those are our grandparents, thinking those are our family, and we want to see them find love. That's apolitical. Here's our last clip.
America great again hat?
No.
Can I buy you one?
Absolutely. You can't buy me anything.
Dinner?
Okay, this got weird.
That's what I watch. So here he is doing like a man on the street. This is probably from a few years ago, and he tries to pick up a college student.
It's been Episcopalian these days. You have a Make America Great Again hat?
No.
Can I buy you one?
Absolutely. You can't buy me anything.
Dinner?
Okay, this got weird.
He included that in the video.
All right, so there it is, folks. All right, at least he's on the same side of you know. At least we don't know his opinion on certain things here. He's a little bit creepy. He wants old men on The Bachelor with young women. Now, you want to defend him? Maybe you could say, well, what he meant was the standard age range between a suitor and the, you know, what? Okay, whatever. Sure, you know, but don't leave it up to me to try to piece together what he's actually trying to say, because it's just creepy.
Turns out for you.
So look, it depends on what you're relying on for the demographic info for Fox. But if you look at a survey, so we'll be fair, and instead of looking at Nielsen ratings and things like that, we'll go to a 2019 survey by Pew Research Center. And remember, this relies on self-reporting, and the point of that survey was to see what the main source of news was for the respondents. And 9%, and of those who said that Fox News happens to be their main source, only 9% were between the ages of 18 and 29. 22% were between 30 and 49 years old.
All right, so they go through the demographics of who's actually watching Fox and understanding that, yes, it's an older audience. But look, if by any of this comes off political to you, first of all, it's not. You're being sensitive. And a lot of people are. A lot of people are very sensitive when they hear, oh, you're sharing a Fox News clip. Oh, you're sharing a progressive news clip. Here's what I like. Let me be honest with you. I like to watch Breaking Points. Okay, right here. You see that Breaking Points right there? It's a progressive and a Republican, not a MAGA Republican, just a very, I would say centrist Republican. And they go on and they debate topics. And they do it by not taking money from Big Pharma, by not taking money from other, groups that are trying to sway opinions here. They tell you what they think. And I think it's important that we live in a world where we don't force people to think a certain way, but we convince them through our educated opinions. And I think a lot of news doesn't do that. They just jam it down your throat like some good old-fashioned foie gras. I prefer a buffet where you can see the different news and find for yourself what feels authentic. What doesn't feel authentic is a creepy guy saying he wouldn't watch this show but hey, that's his take, and he's got to sell. He's got to sell those ads, and that's a dying media, if you ask me. Okay, not specifically Fox, but all of cable news is a fast dying media. Okay, we got more content coming your way. Patreon.com/Dave Neal if you want to support me. I don't have fancy suits and ties and corporate sponsors. I rely on you guys watching ads and those of you that join the premium channel helping out there. I have been using some of that money to upgrade my equipment. As you guys know, I'm always buying new lights and new cameras, and I think you're going to really like the new additions that we have to Driving with Dave. You'll get a sneak peek of that on the next episode of patreon.com/Dave Neal, today's live stream at 10 a.m.